Okay, kind of funny. I did the last task one essay correction, and I thought I was doing it for this person, but I wasn't. I did it for the wrong. I did the wrong essay. This is the essay I was supposed to mark. And we have an old writing task one table. Now tables, this type of thing here, can be very intimidating because they have a lot of data, a lot of numbers. Look at all those numbers. You might want to go like, oh my God, oh, that's terrible. What am I going to do with all this? And you have to stay calm and look at it and consider what it says. Let's see what our candidate did tonight. So again, pink is task achievement. Do you satisfy the requirements of the task? Do you summarize? In this case, actually, it's do you write a report for a university lecturer? That's kind of coherence and cohesion. Coherence is the connection between sentences and paragraphs. Cohesion is, I'm sorry, the other way around. Coherence is the being able to be understood. Can I read it easily? Cohesion is how thoughts are connected. Lexical resource, vocabulary, grammar. Okay, so here we have it. The table gives information about durable goods.
The table gives information about durable goods has been possessed by people in the UK from the year 1972 to 1983. Units are given in the percentages. Of what? Overall, it can be clearly seen that amount of all commodities has increased gradually over the time except video games because it has appeared only in the final year in 1983.
Okay, so, all right, let's look at how you paraphrase. Information about durable goods, good. Has been possessed. No. Information about durable goods, which were owned by people. Were owned. That's very far off. By people in the UK from the years, from the year 1972 to 1983. That's fine. Units are given in percentages, in not the. No, we don't need the there. That can go away. In percentages. Well, percentages of what? In this, I have no idea that this is a percentage of households. You see this information here? The percentage of households, in other words, homes that have these devices in them. Don't get that. Okay. Overall, it can be clearly seen, read that a million times, that the amount of all commodities, of about every or all of the commodities, has increased. No. This ended in the year 1983, and so therefore it is all in the past. It's between 70, so we don't use present perfect to describe things that are finished. Okay, so just be present simple, increased gradually over the time. Okay, now that is incorrect because some of them did not increase gradually. For example, telephones almost doubled down here. Central heating almost doubled. Dishwashers, well, sort of. But it didn't gradually increase over time, except for video games. I wouldn't expect you to know this, but here where it says video, in British English at that time, video meant something that we don't even have anymore. Videotape recorder, VCRs, video cassette recorders. Those things that you put the cassette into and then you could record. That's what they meant by video, not video games. Because it has appeared. Again, present perfect, no, because it appeared only in the final year of 1983. Only in the final year. Why did I put that? Okay. Considering television. Now, your body paragraphs, these two, should talk about the whatever it was that you talked about in the overview. So your overview talked about it, your body paragraphs talked about it. So this does not reflect that. Considering television, it, why do you capitalize it? Doesn't need to be capitalized. Was bought. No, it was not bought. It was owned. They already bought it. Was owned the most amongst all and remained, followed by vacuum cleaner, which started. Oh, okay. Which started at. Okay. Whereas, you can't. Whereas is a conjunction. It needs other words with it to make it a part of a clause. Whereas by itself cannot be by itself. Okay. And again, capital R. I don't even know how to qualify that. The refrigerator was owned by 72%. You see, you're missing the important point of this thing, which is that refrigerators were in 72% of British households. Can't just say refrigerator. Then reached till? Oh, by the time? What? By the end? Okay. And once again, while is just like whereas. In fact, they mean the same thing. Cannot start a sentence by itself. Well, telephone and central heating were, not are, two important elements which were not popular in the beginning. I wouldn't say popular, they just weren't owned. Maybe they had just been invented or very expensive, not popular. But raised the percentages, grew by threefolds, approximately. Yeah, very approximately. Threefolds means 3 times. It means the number increased times 3. 42 to 77. Is that 3 folds? That is not even 2 folds. 37 to 64. Now again, not even doubled. Well, Ms. John, I see you've been a member here at the IELTS Tips and Tricks page for some time, like 3 years. And I hope you're not taking the IELTS test anytime soon, because your overview needs to reflect the most important information, which you sort of did, but you could have done much more than that. I will show in the model essay coming next. And again, it's a common mistake. You forgot to say what these numbers mean. They are percentages of households. Instead, you focused on the highest, okay, and then tried to report a big change. That's good. Yes, this is what you want to do, but it's important that you use the right words. It's not 3 folds. It's not even 2 folds.